What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 10K on the Bay. Sorry, I'm coming to you kind of late on the East Coast, but didn't have much time to do it today. Very busy day, but today's call is about 7 reasons that or 7 signs that you're going to be a successful eBay or Amazon reseller. These are just traits that I have seen from looking at different people, different sellers, and I just wanted to share with you guys 7 different ideas. So the first idea that I've seen from successful resellers is you stay curious and you keep the beginner's mentality. And what that means is you check solds even though you've already checked solds. You don't just adjust titles, you adjust the order of the titles, you adjust your pricing. You're never really satisfied. You're always in there adjusting and making sure your items are priced correctly. And people who are really good at eBay constantly do that. They don't stop. There's not like a certain point where you're like, I'm good, I don't need to make any more changes. That just doesn't seem how it works. So number 1 is you stay curious. Number 2, this is something I think is very, very cool, guys. Your reseller squad out-earns you. I think this is really important. If you are surrounded by people who make more money than you, you're gonna always make more money because they're gonna rub off on you. Their habits, what they pick, what they source, what they do. Like I'm learning about brass. I'm from Thrift Love Sell on Instagram, and I picked up, some crystal. Like it's amazing that what you can find when your group around you out-earns you. And I've seen this even with top-level sellers. And the only reason why I don't have a 7-figure group is because I don't have an 8-figure person that these 7-figure people want to be around. So like, your reseller squad is key. You got to make sure that the people that are around you out-earn you. There are people that surround themselves with people who are less than them. That's not how it works. Like I would rather be a small fish in the big ocean every time. That's just me though. Some people like to be big or whatever, but that's not me. There's always a bigger fish, and I'm happy to be around those people. I really enjoy it. Thanks guys for joining. I'm going to take Q&A at the end of these 7. So the third thing is, a third sign you're going to be a successful eBay or Amazon reseller, a successful one, is that you have an eye for home runs. You have to have an eye for home runs. If you don't have home runs, you're really going to struggle. And I recommend not selling in a category where the maximum profit is $20 or $30. It's going to really be difficult because you need some massive $50 home runs to finance some of the stuff that doesn't sell. Now, I know everything eventually sells, but when you're first getting started, you need that cash flow. So I recommend you need to develop an eye for home runs. I rarely see large eBay stores, even the stores that do crazy volume, like even BHFO, they'll sell dresses for $800. You have to do that because otherwise your 99 cents plus shipping items don't add up very fast. In fact, most of those items you lose money, you're just using it to generate traffic for Cassini. So develop an eye for home runs, and that goes back to the previous point of have a reseller squad that earns more money than you. And I think that's super important. Number 4, all these are in the description below. If you want to just read it and skip this video, you can. Number 4 is you consistently list. If you list quality items at good prices, they will sell. We're creatures of habit. I don't know anybody that has a listing habit that doesn't do well on eBay. Like if you consistently list, you will make money. Number 5 is you're committed to improvement. My old boss said, if you're green, you're growing. If you're ripe, you rot. I really like this saying, and I've met a lot of ripe people, and they're not fun to be around because and they're definitely in the second half of their life, and I like to be with people who are ascending. It's more fun. I mean, you're green, you're growing, you're making mistakes, you're breaking stuff because you're growing. That's important. Like literally when you are working out, and you push beyond your limit, you're literally tearing your muscle apart. And then it's rebuilding stronger the second time. So I think it's key. Make sure that you're committed to improvement. Don't be ripe. Just be always growing. It's just a better place to be. Always be improving your processes, your storage, your policies, your sourcing, the people around you. Constantly be leveling up. I think that's one quality I see in every single successful reseller. Number 6 is you have accountability to others. I think this is very, very, very important. Maybe one of the top 3 important in this list. You can join a group like I have a mastermind group, or you can find an accountability partner, or it can be your mom or your sister or you can be the person that your dog thinks you are. Whatever it is, be accountable to somebody else, because it's very, very hard to stay motivated by yourself every single day. Literally, if you skip a meal or you didn't sleep well the night before, that little one event can throw you off your game and you won't feel like listing. You know, like I was just listening to this podcast saying that most procrastination comes from being tired. You're not even like, it's not you, it's just your body. It doesn't have the energy to complete the processes. If you are well rested and well fed, your chances of procrastination actually go down. So that makes me wonder, like people who are not consistently listing are not lazy. Maybe they're just hungry. Maybe they're a little depressed. Maybe they're off a little bit. Because people who are happy, well balanced, well rested, none of those people have a listing problem. Like they're listing a lot. So it's very important to be accountable to others. Let people bring you up when you're not feeling well. Like for me, I'm not going to be late or I'm going to try not to be late if I'm to someone else, because you're sort of wasting other people's time, and you don't want to be that person. You want to always be improving yourself and holding yourself accountable to other people, which is much easier, in my opinion. A comedian I really like, his name is Mike Birbiglia. He has an appointment every morning with Mike, and he's like, when I wake up, I'm too dumb to realize that Mike is me, and I'm like, I don't want to be late, so I show up to the coffee shop and start writing my jokes at 7 in the morning, because I'm more accountable to Mike than I am to myself, even though it's the same person. I think that hack works really well. But if you're like, hey, I have to go to Starbucks every morning to write, you know, sometimes you're going to be late. You're going to show up at 7:30 sometimes. You're going to show up at 8. Sometimes you won't go. That doesn't work when you have an appointment with somebody else. So I think that's key. Try to create accountability. It's going to help you stay on track. And I have tons of accountability partners. I have subscribers on YouTube that are just waiting for me to fail, right? So I have people who are the negative accountability, and they're ready to be like, 10K gave up on his goal. I told you, right? There's people waiting to make that video. And then there's also people who are like, hey, bro, I was looking at your store. You made a mistake on these 12 things and it sucks and you need to fix it. Or people who are saying, hey, look, I'm where you want to go, and these are the steps you need to take. And so that comes from surrounding yourself with positive people, keep you on track. So the last one, this is the most important one, and this is something that is crucial. Every time I meet a successful eBay or Amazon reseller, they know a guy. And I know that sounds kind of cliche, and it might be a girl, but they know someone that gives them some kind of an advantage. It's definitely who you know sometimes. If an example I'm going to use is, if you know the largest mixed nuts wholesaler in the world. I don't know why I chose mixed nuts. Maybe that's what's on my mind. But you know the largest wholesaler of this particular category, right? Then you're going to have advantages that other people do not have, right? You can say, give me those almonds. And those almonds might be at 1/3 the cost that another person gets them. And you live next to your mixed nuts warehouse friend, and you don't have to pay the transportation cost. And you've developed a relationship because you guys played ice hockey together as teenagers. You know a guy, and that advantage carries on, and he's going to rather do business with you since he knows you, since you guys were, you know, pre-teen listening to angry teenager music together. You listened to 9 Inch Nails when you were 13 together. Of course he's going to sell to you. The relationship with him is going to be constant. It's going to last forever. And these are things that we need to work on. Like, I don't have any of those. Like, I don't have connections from my family or from friends. I'm making my own, right? I'm going out there and meeting people, taking people to lunch. I try not to eat alone, try to eat with other people if I'm eating. Just trying to get out there and meet people, see what I can do for people to make myself valuable, and just really get out there. And yeah, so if you guys wanted to just get some ideas on how to improve, hopefully those were useful. Let me go in here and check out the chat. What's going on, guys? So many comments about nuts. What have I done? What's up, Latvia? That's cool. You're checking in all the way from out there. Let's see. Always have a sense of urgency. That is great. That's another quality of people that, you know, another quality of successful people is they have a little bit of jump in their step. Like, they're moving quickly. They know that time is limited, and they're moving as fast as they can to get it done. What's up, Ken? Ken's in the chat. Your jeans death pile is done. Awesome. Oh, I forgot to put that in there. One other quality that I note from people, bonus, is they like to finish things. So I know a lot of Amazon resellers that will stay up till 6 or 7 in the morning to get that shipment out because, you know, they want to feed the beast. And I think that's so important. Like Flip of the Thrift just finished his or her jeans death pile. That's really cool. Once you get that stuff done, then you can, it's like you completed something. It's like you just climbed to the summit of something. It's really powerful to finish stuff. What's up? You didn't miss anything. I was just rambling about some things I've noticed from successful resellers. Jason Vaughn is trying to learn suits. Okay, this is amazing because suits, you can hit a home run. This is very powerful, right? If you buy something for 10 and sell for 100 a couple times, your cash flow is going to be doing really, really well. But you're going to have to sell the $10 suits that sell for 30 for a while before you learn your brands and the materials. And shout out to Hearts Pickers, Ronnie. He can like stand back from a rack and look at different patterns because he's experienced. He knows what he's looking for, and he can run his hand down. Oh, sorry, there's a bug. You can run your hand down the material, and you can tell which ones are nice. Like for me, if I'm going through regular clothes and I feel a certain material, I can maybe tell it's Lululemon or something. So it's important to develop a niche. Always be growing. Agreed. What's up, Wade's Ventures? Wade's doing awesome. You guys should check out his YouTube channel and his Instagram. Wade's Ventures is very, very cool. What's up, Hannah? Thomas, what's going on? Yeah, you know the feeling when you see the home run, and a lot of home runs are potential mistakes. They're risky, right? If you pick up, let's say, for example, I found a really nice diesel shirt that had a tear in it. It's only $1.50 because of the defect, and it was very risky, but I ended up selling for like $70 because I had it repaired. So it just depends on, you know, what you're going to do. It's risky. Sometimes it doesn't pay off, but you have to hit those home runs. What's up, Megan? Kenneth's talking about accountability. Yeah, Kenneth all the time. You know, like Ken is in the mastermind group #1, my original one of the 14, and like he shows up every single Monday with results, and he's one of the few people in the mastermind group that's like tripled the amount of money or stuff listed. He was at 30,000 listed, now he's like 110,000 listed. It's ridiculous. So, and he's only competing against himself. He's not competing against other people. He just wants to be a better version of the hustle bee every single week. So that's important. I think that's another thing that successful eBay and Amazon resellers do, is they don't compare themselves to others. They look at others, but they don't compare themselves to others. Don't compare your first chapter with somebody's last chapter. Like, that's not how it works. Let's see. Who you know, not what you know, says Mary. Yeah, that's true. It's definitely who you know. I mean, like, if you, like I'm talking about the nuts, if you knew all these nut retailers and the wholesalers, then you could sell nuts really well. What's up, Robert, 19th Vintage? What's going on? Andrew is the suit guru. Awesome. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of comments. Thanks, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of people that are just like waiting for people to fail, and it's like that was like for me the allure of the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. Like, you have two extremely confident male people fighting, and I think that a lot of the allure is that one of them is going to fail. And people who are not doing well in their lives are operating maybe on a lower vibration. They're just ready to pounce on the person that loses. But I mean, they're both gentlemen that are very professional. Like, it's hard to like laugh at Conor McGregor. It didn't really work. So I don't think people got much of a self-esteem raise from making fun of him. Cody, what's up in Australia? We need to do another Australian show. I like doing that Saturday nights. It's fun. I love talking to people who are in the future. So it's fun. Let's see. Yeah, I love, if you, I mean, the reason why I bring up Nine Inch Nails is I'm going to their concert next month, and I've been going for like literally 20 years. I've been watching Trent Reznor. I'm not angry anymore, but I was when I was a teenager, so that music was fitting. And also, Trent Reznor is not angry anymore. It went from like angry, long hair, depressed, hate your parents music. Now it's like dance music. So it's definitely evolved over the times. Still lots of emotion, but different kinds of positive emotion. What's up, Whitney? Thank you, thank you. Watch your unsold. That's true. I use good till canceled, so I do not have any unsold items in my store because I now have the good till canceled, and I'm constantly going in there to check, adjust, revise. The Husky is sort of a refined version of my store. That store is pretty good. I would say that the majority of my Husky store is right on from what I've learned. And then in a couple of months, when I mean, I'm going to start sharing my big store soon. You guys can see how fast it grows. This is like version 100 of my eBay store, so things are a lot better now. Shopping Social says sleep is really important. Yeah, this is important to realize. Sometimes you think you're lazy when you're just tired. Like, give yourself a break. Like, if you have 2 kids and you haven't slept in a week and you only listed 4 items and your goal is 40, give yourself a break. Like, that's not healthy, and like, you're not procrastinating, you're just exhausted. There's a difference between that. What's up, Redneck? Red Neckerson, Red Neckerson's resales. Man, that is a mouthful. You've never seen somebody die reselling. Hey, that's true. If you think about how easy our jobs are compared to, let's say, like a manual laborer, we get to walk around air-conditioned stores. Maybe not air-conditioned in your area because you don't live in California, but you get to walk around a building and look at just like the excess of wealth. That's what if you're reselling stuff, you're just living off of other people's work, really. The people who produce the amazing products, you're finding it. And then people are so rich that they're just donating stuff for free that's of value, and you're in there looking for it. So, I mean, if you can't appreciate and be grateful for being a reseller, you literally live off the abundance of others. Like, that's what you're doing for the most part. I mean, you're providing a valuable service, but your job exists because there's abundance. Stop already with all these great videos. So thank you. I just recommend that sometimes you listen to silence. I think it's important to take a break and have some reflection time. I'm trying to go for a walk these days, not bring anything with me so that I can't be distracted by the amazingness of your phone. And my girlfriend made a great point that your cell phone is usually more interesting than your company, but that's not the point. Like, you're not with somebody to be entertained, really. Like, that's not the only purpose of people, is to entertain you. Like, relationships are deeper than just entertainment value. Well, hopefully, maybe some of you guys just are constantly entertained by the people around you. Crafty Bitch says she can't sleep. Hopefully, maybe it's a chick. I can't sleep until you're finished. I'm sorry. I can't sleep until I'm finished listing or photos or whatever I'm working on. It's awesome when I'm done, but sucks at 4:30 when I wake up. Agreed. I love it. I love it. You know, like, there's people who, you know, I had an ex-girlfriend that made $40,000 a month, and like, okay, $40,000 a month. We're talking about a monthly income equivalent to most people's annual income, right? And she was high off of that. Like, you would think, okay, how can she do that? Like, she worked 100 hours a week. She would hang out. I think she'd go out. She'd go to the gym. She would take, you know, as good of care of herself as she could. She always went to the doctor. She slept as well as she could. Whatever. It's just interesting looking at the fact that people can, you know, work that much and perform at that level all the time, and they don't die. Like, people don't die from hard work usually. I think that was not the point I was trying to make, so I apologize for that. Duncan is saying start selling t-shirts. Oh, you mean like merch? Yeah, I have all those shirts. I need some help. I've reached out to Amanda in Australia. Hopefully her sister can help me get my merch shirts up. I'm trying to make that work. So wow, I'm way behind on the chat. Sorry, guys. Let's see. You think you have to seek out the like-minded people? Yeah. Okay. This is very true. Great point. When you seek people when you get a reseller squad that out-earns you, you have to be humble enough to be like, okay, I'm going to be hanging out. Every single person I hang out with is going to be doing better than me. That's going to make you uncomfortable the entire time. But if you're okay with that, you're going to grow really fast. Yeah, this is a Pac-Man shirt. It's pretty cool. Thank you. home runs are everywhere. You just have to find them. Yeah, if you guys could hit the like button, that'd be very much appreciated. Redneck says failure is not an option. Agreed. You only fail when you give up. You can just keep doing it. Sarah says the family is her drive. That's awesome. Yeah, you want to be, contrary to popular belief, I recommend people get a job. And people are like, hey, I want to become a reseller. What should I do? I say get a job, because you're going to value your time away from your job so much. You're going to learn time management. You're going to learn how to hustle with the limited amount of time you have. You're going to have capital. You can leave the money in your eBay store to roll over into each other. A lot of resellers struggle because they don't give their business a chance. Your business needs money, needs cash flow. And if you have to take money out of it to buy groceries, you're suffocating your business. When there's other people like me that have other streams of income, I can wait to get the price that I want, but you may have to sell it to pay rent. So it's a huge difference, right? And so, I want people, if you can, get a job when you first start. Yeah, that's true. I love Nine Inch Nails a lot. Johnny Cash's version of her is better. Johnny Cash is hurting more than Trent Reznor when he was doing that version of it. That's why it's better. Great music comes from emotion. That's why I like Taylor Swift's getting her heart broken at record pace, because she's with so many dudes. But that produces amazing music because she's constantly getting her heart broken. So wonder how many guys are with her just to become famous from breaking her heart. It's terrible. I feel bad for her. A lot of shout outs for Johnny Cash and Trent. That's awesome. You mentioned Good Till Canceled. What does it cost to have an item not sell for a year or half a year? That's a good point. You got to look at your storage per square foot basis. I would like to run eBay out of my garage and one office room. So I'm going to list, package everything in here, and I'm going to come from my car in here, list and process everything, go to the garage, unload it and store it. At the same time, get all the stuff that's sold into my bin, come back in here, ship it. I can touch all my shipping supplies, my return bucket from just sitting right here, and I can do YouTube. So I'm trying to get everything tight in one area so I don't have to move around as much. That's what I'm trying to figure out the exact space. So I just want to touch on that for just a second. I have 12 pairs of shoes in each bin, or 20 jeans, or around 25 clothing articles. So I can look at it that way and see what kind of profit margin I need for my space. And Thrifty Profits offered a literal definition of that, which is between 5 cents and 20 cents, depending on what store level you have, to have that listing keep going. Used to do HVAC for a living. It is hard work. And there's a gentleman in my mastermind group that does HVAC. He makes a great living, and it's allowing him to build his eBay store fast. So that's very important. Samia, what's going on? I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before. Awesome. Where's the gopher? I love Caddyshack. I picked up this poster at a garage sale, and the guy had a bunch of Chevy Chase memorabilia, which I thought was really sweet. I love that movie. Let's see. And that's true. You get to find a lot of cool stuff when you do it. It took you around 4 years to be able to quit. Guys, that patience is killer. You guys know that I always talk about the amount that you have listed is sort of how much you make on eBay. So if you have $100,000 worth of stuff listed and you flip it, let's just say a 1/3 margin 4 times a year. So then you're making $30,000 every 3 months, which is about a 6-figure income. So, you minus some returns and your space and stuff. So if you have $100,000 listed of stuff that sells, that's how much you're going to make. And the majority of people that I know personally that have over 100,000 listed have a full-time job. And they've been able to roll it into each other for 3 to 4 years. One example is Luke, Endless Entrepreneurs. He has 6 figures worth of stuff listed. It's as simple as listing 15 items a day for a couple of years. That's how you do it. Duncan's sales are through the roof. My sales have been awesome. Almost had $1,000 a day just in the Husky store, and that's not even my main gig. Elliot's going on vacation for a while, and you don't want to lose top rated by increasing handling time. I would turn your store off if you're worried about that. I think it's a great time to take an actual break from eBay. I would love to run, in a perfect world, I would run my store for 50 weeks and turn my store off for 2 weeks, 1 week completely every half year. And then I would also like to spend 8 weeks abroad. So that means I need help shipping, etc. But I would like to take 8 weeks of vacation a year, ideally. If I'm talking about lifestyle design, most of that time with my girlfriend and family, and a little bit of time by myself. I don't know where, but I think that would be healthy. 6 to 7 hours of sleep is optimal. I've heard 6 or 7.5 hours of sleep is optimal. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. What's up, Swamp Picker? This shirt, I don't know what brand this shirt is. I just saw Pac-Man, and it was amazing. It's easier to have weekly goals. Agreed. Mary Park says it's great to have weekly goals. I just bought a weekly calendar because I'm making a product for you guys. You can either download it for free or laminate. I'll send you a laminated one or something that'll help you keep track of your listing goals, because I think that's what you want to do. The simple goal for 6 figures is 100 items a week at $20 profit each. Now, that's not easy. It's going to take you time to figure out how to do that. But buy, list, sell 100 items at $20 profit. That is $100,000 exactly. You take 2 weeks off, 1 to visit your family and 1 to go visit a beach. Clear idea of where you want to go. Okay, here we go, guys. This is a fantastic thing. Fresh Finds Apparel. Actually, sorry. If you are more clear on your goal, that's how you can speed it up. So people are saying, how can I speed up my eBay? How can I speed up my eBay goals? Be more clear on your goal. The more clear you are, the faster you can move, because you're like, okay, as an example for me, I'd like to do $1 million revenue on eBay with 500,000 profit. I'm very specific. That's the type of eBay store that I want. Now that I'm so clear, all the decisions I make relate around that, and it helps me make better decisions. So you guys got to be really, really clear on your goal. If you're not moving fast enough, be more clear on your goal, and the actions will fill in the blanks. Like, you can connect the dots going backwards much easier than forward. That's why on those mazes, if you want to cheat, start at the end. You'll find a way out easier. Clear idea of where you want to go and a hunger to overcome yourself. Agreed. It's like people don't change until they're so uncomfortable that they don't do the same thing every day. In order to change, you have to change. Samia says sleep is important. Agreed, guys. I mean, I always talk about this, but I used to use a fan the last couple of weeks, and I was sleeping really well, but now it's not hot anymore, so I'm using an app that simulates white noise called, it's called Bedtime Fan. Let's see. Okay. Hey, Huda, what's going on? Working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. Yeah, Simon Sinek is pretty awesome. He's a really cool dude that has the book that's called Start With Why. And you start with why and you work backwards. I love that book. Simon is a boss. I don't really ever feel like I'm at work. So Ken was on my live chat yesterday, and he was talking about how he's not that regimented. I'm just regimented so I can get more stuff done, but I don't necessarily feel like I am at work. My life's pretty relaxed. I do a lot of stuff during the day, but I'm relatively relaxed. You'll sleep a couple hours for every 100 items you get listed. Well, just do it. Life is in seasons. Like, you'll see people who, I'm in Silicon Valley, people will program for 2 weeks and just Red Bull and sleep at their desk and just get shit done. Then they will take a break. So you might be in the season of your life where you need to crush it. I'm in that season right now. Like, when I wake up, I'm ready to make money. So does Goodwill take returns? They do here. I've never returned anything at Goodwill. Let's see. Goodwill takes returns. Yeah, Ken is talking about reinvest 100% of your money. That's, Ken will just say, Ken's great, guys. He went from $4,000 to $100,000 listed. You should listen to him. Follow Husabi on Instagram. Just keep reinvest. keep reinvesting. Sarah's asking if I sync to Bonanza. I do. I get a couple of sales off Bonanza. You guys should all sign up for it. It's free money. I think their fees are less than eBay. Somebody in the chat confirmed that. But again, I'm not afraid of paying fees. I want to pay, like, okay, one of my most viral posts was Ryan Daniel Moran and his check of 100 grand at the IRS, right? I mean, a lot of resellers, let's be honest, a lot of resellers don't pay tax, right? And I'm not one of those people. But if you are somebody who does not pay tax, right, somebody has to pay tax. And Ryan Daniel Moran is not shying away from the six-figure check he needs to write to the government. In fact, this is a little bit biased, but I think most of the tax is paid by people with money, even though they get the most write-offs. Duncan is saying, lot up items that haven't been selling. Great idea. Frank, who's in my mastermind member number 1, Frank, doubled his sales from like 17,000 to 35,000. Okay, get this. He doubled his sales from 17,000 to 35,000 and sold half as many items. We're talking about he quadrupled his average sale price. So he did less work and made twice as much money, right? Duncan is right. You can do some lots. Not that easy, but he did it. Mills Spag, hope that's how you pronounce your name. Listed 100 or found 100 textbooks for free, and it's $2,000 in listed value. Guys, that is the hustle. Books are like crack money. I agree. Even graphic novels, which is a comic book with the hardcover, they do really well. What's up, Mega? Have I ever felt unmotivated? Yes. Usually when I'm unmotivated, it's because I'm tired. So if I take a quick nap, I'll feel motivated. Or if I drink a big glass of water, I usually feel better. Most of the times when I feel bad, it's actually physical. And I think it's mental. But it's really just physical. Duncan went 25 yesterday. That's pretty amazing. Like there's like Prince. You guys follow Prince P on my Instagram. He's been doing really, really well, and he's on my Monday night mastermind call. This might blow your mind, guys. The average time his items are in stock is 6 days. Okay, so you're talking about people who are worried about keeping their items for half a year. He can't even keep his items for 1 calendar week. So. Someone is saying, keep your cost of living as low as possible. I don't know how to pronounce it. You should, is it B. Cermak? You should give me an easier to say name. Fresh Finds Apparel, you're gaining knowledge from me. Thank you. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for checking out my channel. If I missed your question, please ask it again. Let's see. On motivation every Monday. I need to do a motivational Monday thing. I don't do it enough. Ken took 8 weeks off when he worked. He wanted more. Yes, in Europe and other countries, they give you more time off than they do in the States. So I like 8 weeks off. That's what I want to do. There's more to life than just there's more to life than just increasing its speed. That doesn't really apply. That's like saying when in Rome, but Wade is at 110,000 listed, I think. Wade, your boss. No car payment, no cable bill. Yeah, I'm in that position now. I pretty much have no bills. So that's what's up. I really like it. Like I like owning a Prius that costs $100 a month to operate. Like it costs me less money to own my car than most people spend on gas. So really enjoying that. Your wife is Your wife is a nurse for Kaiser. That's awesome. Yeah, my sister-in-law is a nurse for UCSF. Let's see. Your wife is a nurse for Kaiser, and here in California, they make great money. That's true. Allows you to be a stay-at-home dad. That is awesome. And run an eBay business. Even more awesome. Oh, that's amazing. That's an amazing thing. Yeah. So if one of you makes an income, like my girlfriend makes an income, which is awesome. And so, we're a dual income, no kids category. Thank you very much, Mighty Mushroom, for the $5 super chat. Much, much appreciated. It's been a long time since I got a super chat. Let's see. You took a break recently and you found it hard to get motivation again. Text me, email me. I'll give you the motivation. I have enough energy to motivate both of us. So just reach out to me. We can have a piece of avocado toast together and we'll get back on it. You need lots of 100 or more items, $100 or more items to hit that million. Nope, I'm gonna sell 1 million $1 free shipping items and ship them with stamps. That's how I'm doing it. Let's see here. And I'm only doing that because eBay won't let me sell anything less than 99 cents. Let's see. Does anybody have any input on 1 day a week bulk listing versus consistent daily listing? Inks and threads, I don't think it matters. Just put as much stuff up as you can. Don't worry about daily or weekly. Like most likely you're small enough that it doesn't make a big difference. Just keep feeding the beast. eBay prefers daily feeding. I would agree with that. But Luke hasn't listed he listed like very few items in the last 34 days, and he still did $6 grand in sales, and he normally does 8 to 10. So you're looking at pretty significant drop, right? He didn't list anything for a month. His sales dropped from 8 to 10 to 6. But if he had listed the same amount, but only on Sunday, I bet he would have dropped from 8 to 10 to like 8 to 9. I don't think it would have dropped that much. But not listing at all, he dropped almost in half. So, are there any bins in my area? There are 5 bins in my area. Bonanza is super cheap and easy. That is awesome. I haven't tried Mercari. Somebody said Mercari is like ghetto eBay. Haven't tried it yet. Start small and build. Yep. Rome started with just 1 brick. You just got an office. Awesome, Anna. That's really cool. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of questions. Thanks, guys. 90% of taxes are paid by a top 5% earning. I agree. Like, I like the idea of like, when I was in high school, I tell this story all the time, but we were trying to raise money for a dance, right? I was the president of my high school. And I became president because all my friends were introverted. And I was like, you know what? I hate you guys. I don't hate you guys. I love you guys, but I'm tired of being like lonely, and I want to hang out with some cool people. So I ran for president. I won. Because if you're funnier than the other person, most of the time you can win. So I ended up being more funny than that guy. Won. And then, what's the point of my story? Oh, I want to get back into the story. So I was president, and I was trying to raise money for a dance. And the same lady would always, like wherever she was in line, she would come up, and whatever the balance was left, she would just write a check for the rest of it. And she didn't want any credit or anything. She was just like, hey, you guys can go back to being teenagers. Here's a check for the rest of the amount that you need. Have a great day. Nothing to her. And that was just amazing. Like, that's cool to be able to write a check like that. And if the school ever had an issue, she could just write a check. So it's nice to be in that position instead of getting $5 from each person, spending your whole day fundraising. A rich person can just write you a check, and you can go out there and give the value. Sarah says, you notice when you took a break, your listing took way longer, start up again. I mean, of course, that's like if you worked out every day and then you didn't work out for a year, of course it's going to be hard to get back into the groove because you just spent a week developing a habit of not working. I mean, you spent a whole year of developing the opposite habit. Habits build fast. You don't list for 4 days, it's going to be harder and harder to list. Let's see. Provide lots of consignment for other sellers to list. That's a good idea. Consignment is an interesting way to avoid paying for your inventory. Have I played with eBay's file exchange to upload listings? I have, but I'm not at the point where I can list all the stuff that I buy right now. I'm not at the point where it's too fast or too much stuff. My death pile is 0 for clothing, and it's about 500 for shoes, and it was 800. So my death piles are going away. I would like 1 shelf of unlisted inventory. That's it. Get it listed, refill it up. Just 1 death bookshelf. Yeah, I love Caddyshack. Let's see here. Mercari is good. You sold a few items on it. You have $1,000 days. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, and also, usually the people who have the most volume have the most profit because they have the most total profit. As an example, there's Watch Me FBA. He does 250,000 a week and only 6% margin, right? But what's that? That's 15,000 a week still. Still making $15,000 a week, but on 250,000 in sales. Now you'd say, oh, I would never sell something for 6% margin. Well, How about $15,000 a week? So, oh, Mighty Mushroom's talking about $27.50 per day. Yeah. For the $27.50 per day for me, I'm looking at selling roughly, let's see, I'd like to sell 200 items for about $40. Let's see. Let me do the math here. 2,800. I'll tell you the exact math. Mighty Mushroom's a numbers guy. 2,800 divided by 40. About 70 items a day at $40 revenue. So that makes sense, Mighty Mushroom. Looking to sell 70 items a day for $40 and $20 of that is profit. That's the goal. So now I got to work backwards and do it. Buy a heat gun for removing labels. I use a Scotty peeler. You wish I had started with shoes. I love shoes. Shoes are amazing. I love Good Till Canceled. It's what's up so far. You stopped Macari because it split your attention. Agreed. I think that if you focus your attention, it turns into a laser. Sell your death pile in one listing. That's true. Just put up a pile of junk and then put it on Instagram and someone will come pick it up. Start over. Don't get in that position again. Don't have a death pile. Have a 1 week money tower. Change your death pile into a 1 week money tower. What's the longest I've gone without a sale? I don't want to brag, but like the longest I've gone without a sale recently is just a couple of hours. So I have sales all day because I have enough listings that make that happen. Mary has a great point. You can call eBay and request a dead inventory list, and they will send you a list. Also, there's a gentleman that is in the group that says that he wants a sale every 5 minutes a day, and he wants to list a new item every 5 minutes. So he's constantly getting the algorithm. He's like, I'm not going to be satisfied until I have a listing going live every 5 minutes, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I want the eBay machine to think I'm constantly moving and dancing. So it's exciting. What about shirts? I love shirts. I love t-shirts because it's just one picture generally. Maybe a picture of the tab. Jay Scott, what's up? Yeah, exactly. A 1 week money tower instead of Death Everest is what somebody said. Somebody said their entire house, they can't eat, like their entire house, floor to ceiling is junk. That's very tough, but you can get out of it. I told you guys, you just move all your junk away from the corner of the room, face the corner, and list that until, list more than you buy. You don't even have to stop buying. Just list 5, buy 4 for 20 years, and that will go away. Moolah Mountain. Stuff sells in your sleep, exactly. It's not quite passive income, but it does make you money when you sleep. You're wearing 7 Brioni dress shirts you copped today at the thrift. Are you wearing all 7 shirts at the same time? Because that is amazing. Did you guys see that rainbow popped collar that guy did with every single color of the rainbow? I don't know why I'm going up here. All the collars were like this. It's pretty funny. You love to hear cha-ching on your phone? Yeah, I love it. I have that night mode thing on, so it doesn't cha-ching anymore when I'm sleeping. Let's see, every 5 minutes. Yeah, because if you have a listing going live every 5 minutes, then in theory, your eBay store never goes to sleep. Because when you stop listing, your store takes a nap, apparently. Because people like to use the euphemism that when you list, it wakes up your store. Your store never really is actually sleeping. Let's see. Death pile is giving you unnecessary stress. I agree. Jay Scott is in the chat. Jay Scott's amazing. Free space equals headspace. Free space equals headspace. So did you get a store? I got a store day 1. So to force myself. I don't like wasting money, so I was like, I'm not going to have less than 250 items. But guys, I'm going to take off. Everyone have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry it's so late on the East Coast. Everyone have a great night. Check out Reseller Fam Facebook group. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/10K on the Bay. I have a couple of groups left open. I'm trying to fill a group on on Fridays at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're looking for some accountability, reach out to me. I will help you. Other people in the group will help you. Surround yourself with people that are better than you, and have a great night.